Welcome back to tonight's 6:30 Point of View. I'm Scott Hennon in for the, I was going to say vacationing Chris Berg, but it's no vacation to be under the weather. He's not feeling well tonight, so I'm pinch hitting for him and always appreciate the opportunity to do that. I do a radio program called What's on Your Mind on AM 1100 The Flag every weekday between 9 and 11. And enjoy the opportunity to be on Point of View as a panelist every now and then, and appreciate the opportunity to be here for Chris tonight. Our next guest owns a business in downtown Fargo. And last week, he came to that business and all of a sudden noticed something's a little different here. What's missing? Well, wait a minute. There was an American flag out there. Now it's not there any longer. Patrons of the business also came in and said, did you notice what's going on? They ultimately discovered a pile of ashes and found that an American flag had been burned overnight. Bruce DeNuser is here to tell us about this disturbing story that should not, in my view, happen in North Dakota. Bruce, thanks for joining us.
You bet. Thank you, Scott.
Your business is?
Off-Broadway Nutrition, and we're just north of Sanford Hospital, 1 block.
All right. And you purposely put a rather large flag on the front of your business to show your patriotism, right?
Yes, we opened in March of this year, and we've always hung the flag out there. It's only been about 6 weeks that we've had a light, or a month or so that we've had a light. So we've been leaving it up at night as long as it wasn't inclement weather. And it was Friday morning. I came to work, and it's a very dark street except for that light, and the flag flies fairly high. I could reach up and touch it. But carrying some stuff, I made it into the business. But my first customer, when he came in, and I'm fixing him a nutrition shake, he says, "You've been burning something out front?" And I said, "No." He says, "Well, somebody has been." And I says, I finished the shake and said, "What are you talking about?" And she says, "Come on." So we went out and took a look, and he points down at the sidewalk, and here's this pile of ashes. I mean, it kind of stuck up because it obviously synthetic, it wasn't paper. And we're a little bit puzzled, and Marty, the customer, looks up, and he says, "I think I see it." And we look up, and all there is a staff of our flag and some real curly ashes hanging from it. And as you can see, this is what...
Hold that up for folks to see that.
This is what was left, and it ran along the pole. That's the only reason it didn't burn. So it obviously burned pretty fast.
Look at that, folks. Isn't that something? When you discovered that that's what happened, tell me your emotions.
Well, immediately it was just, trying to be thoughtful of what's going on here, what happened and why, and what would have caused this, and how should I react. And I didn't feel personally threatened, and Marty and I both kind of shook our heads, and then a little while later it struck me that it is very personal. It may not be me, it's my country, our country, and somebody, I don't think was there for vandalism, because they could have, it's a wooden structure. It came close, this flag was only about 1.5 feet from the wooden siding. But again, it's...
if they were out to break something, they could have destroyed it. Yeah.
They could have stolen the flag. That'd probably be more common. Right. We've got 2 chairs out front with a little table, and 1 chair disappeared, and 6 weeks later it came back.
Do you have any reason to believe somebody would do this? Any signs of previous statements or things that have been yelled or suspicious activity out front?
None whatsoever. Wow. No. We called the police.
The police are investigating this because this is a misdemeanor. It is a crime in the state of North Dakota, right?
Yeah.
So because it's vandalism.
Correct.
But it's more than a misdemeanor. It's more than vandalism. It really shakes you kind of to the core that this happens here, doesn't it?
Yeah. If somebody's making a statement, they're sure, have no guts to go with it. They're really, I just hope it doesn't mean too much. But I take it seriously, and I think the message to me is to, keep your guard up. Keep your guard up. Care about and be active in supporting your country and supporting your beliefs, and so.
Absolutely. Keep your guard up and pay attention, and hopefully an answer comes to your particular cause. But if nothing else, this is a wake-up call that this can and is happening right here. I mean, this is, I don't know about you, but to me, I see that and I think, well, wait a minute. Maybe overseas in some conflict trying to prove a point, and maybe in the middle of some ridiculous protest down in Ferguson, Missouri or whatever, but not here. And it is here. So it's a wake-up call.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Good luck in getting it solved.
We got the new one up.
New one's up.
Yes, sir.
All right. Off-Broadway Nutrition Club, downtown Fargo. Glad you're continuing to display that. Thanks, Bruce. Appreciate it.
You betcha.
You bet. All the best to you. More on 6:30 Point of View after this short timeout. We'll talk about the top trenders of the day after this timeout. Don't go away.